Hi, I'm Wendy, and I'm with Natural Beginnings Doulas, part of their collective, and I'm here to introduce our first doula of the month, our very own Linda Worzer. Hi, Linda.
Thank you, Wendy.
Can you tell us a little about yourself?
I sure can. I am a mother of four, grandmother of four. My late husband and I were married for 25 years, and we have, we had such a great time. Most of our family is here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I have an undergraduate degree in music, but got into the doula and childbirth education field in kind of an interesting way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that can be my next question for you. How did you become a doula?
I had a negative birth experience with our first child and got into activism, I guess you could say, for around birth as a result. I wanted to become a midwife. That never happened, but along the journey, a friend who had given birth here in Dallas had planned a home birth, and things did not go the way she had hoped. She ultimately had to go to the hospital and have an unplanned cesarean. It was very unpleasant for her. So 2 years later, she was living in another state with her husband, and she called me one day and said, I'm planning feedback, but I can't find a care provider here in this state that will allow that. I found somebody in Dallas. Would it be okay if my husband and I and our 2-year-old come down and stay with you and have our baby in your home? So I talked to my husband about it, and he said, sure, why not? We had a big house and lots of rooms. So sure enough, they flew down a couple of days before Thanksgiving, and my friend gave birth in our living room floor to her second child, had to be back. And that was really what lit the fire. In fact, right after she gave birth, she looked up at me and said, you should do this for a living. So I took her word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. That's an awesome story. Okay, so what are some of the techniques that you tend to use during labor?
The most important tools that I have are my hands and my heart and my voice. So yes, I know a lot of techniques, but probably the most important skills are listening to the mother, validating, reflecting, and helping her own her birth. Now that said, I haven't met a laboring woman yet who doesn't appreciate some pressure on her lower back maybe, or getting into the tub or shower. But at the end of the day, it really is about validating the mother, being there for her, and never leaving her side.
Exactly. Okay, so when you're with your client, how do you include the dads or the partners to assist in the labors?
Sometimes it's a little bit sneaky. If I'm doing a strenuous technique, there's one called the double hip squeeze. I know that you're aware of. Often I will ask the partner to come over and teach them how to do it, and that gives me a break. But really, more importantly, the majority of clients that I work with are couples that have taken birth classes with me. Mm-hmm. So I already know the partners pretty well, and they've practiced a variety of comfort measures during the classes. So my goal is to encourage the partner to support the laboring woman as much as possible. Mm-hmm. And if that's not happening, then I'll just ask, hey, could you come, and it might feel good to her if you do this or whatever. Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, there's a couple that really doesn't want the partner to be very involved. They want to be there, but they don't necessarily want to be involved in the actual application of comfort measures. So in that case, I'm definitely much more actively involved. Most of the time, that partner is right there with the mother, and that old saying, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in that respect, it's almost like I'm a fly on the wall, just there to offer support, maybe go get the partner something to eat, something like that.
Right. So what do you find that is your favorite part of being a doula?
There's so many parts. I love that whole experience of watching a woman move through her birth process and become so empowered, just the look on her face as she moves through and then gives birth, and then afterwards just the look on her face and the joy and the excitement, and then afterwards you're looking at this new family and how empowered and happy and just fulfilled the mother and her partner are. Many times driving home from a birth and think, I can't believe I get paid for doing this because I get so much out of it. Yeah.
It's wonderful. Okay, so what are your other abilities that you have that you use when you're assisting your clients?
I have been a doula for a long time. I'm a charter member of DONA, which was founded in 1992. And I have also served on the DONA board of directors. I work as a birth doula trainer for DONA. I'm also a board certified lactation consultant. So all of those things work together, especially when I have a client who has needs around breastfeeding, which is not that uncommon, but there are times when a mother needs a little bit more than doula care around breastfeeding, so I can help out with that.
All wonderful. Well, we thank you, Linda, for your time. And
my pleasure.
Such a joy to be a part of your collective group. I think you are a wonderful help to doula all of us.
Thank
and a great
you.
mentor.
Thank you very much.
And we will, I guess, see you next month with our next doula of the month.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.